Alright, so like always, I like to start off by combing out the hair so that it goes in the right direction, and so that you basically lift the hair off the scalp so that you cut it. This is a garage cut here, so we got all types of problems. We got a busted chair, and I forgot to drape it too. So I'm using the Gamma Ergos here. It's a really good clipper, especially good for beginners, because it has that lever where it's got like 5 different slots, so you can basically like always keep track of where you're at, and it's going to be consistent, and it's also quicker to fade. So yeah, if you're a beginner looking for a pair of clippers, I would recommend this clipper, or at least one that has a lever with slots. You guys want to make sure that your clippers are zero gapped. If not, it's going to be pretty hard getting out the bottommost line between the trimmer and the no guard close. Another mistake I made here was not wearing gloves. I ended up putting them on later. But yeah, you guys want to get yourself a pair of gloves a size smaller than you usually would wear, so that it fits snug. If it's loose at all, then it's going to be hard when scissor cutting, because you're going to end up cutting them a lot. So yeah, go a size lower when choosing gloves for barbering. Alright guys, so I'm starting this thing. I'm doing Bible verses of the video. Got this idea from Lake's Fades. So yeah, here we go. Today's verse is Ephesians chapter 6, verses 10 through 18. A final word. Be strong in the Lord and in his mighty power. Put on all of God's armor, so that you will be able to stand firm against all the strategies of the devil. The belt of truth. This is paraphrasing, by the way. The belt of truth, the body armor of God's righteousness, the shoes of the peace of good news, the shield of faith, the helmet of salvation, and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word. So yeah, guys, back to the video. If you see how I draped them, you want to tuck in the neck strip, just how I did there. So guys, one good tip that I can give you is make sure you're using the same system or the same like cutting strategy or way to cut, at least until you get comfortable with it. And then once you get comfortable, you can kind of add in some other techniques, kind of switch it up a little bit. But yeah, especially when you're a beginner barber, you want to stick with one technique. That's going to really help you to nail down that technique. And then, like I said, once you get comfortable, you try some other techniques, you can try combining techniques, throwing in some other techniques with the one you already learned, which is what I'm going to do here. So you'll see once I make this initial guideline, I go behind them, and then I use the mirror to make sure that the lines are even. So I look in the mirror, I see what's in the mirror, which is one side, and then I see where that is, and then I have my side, and then I look at that, see where that is. So, and then yeah, I just even it out accordingly. So now I'm gonna come in with my lever open, still no guard on. I'm gonna go about 1/2 inch above the initial guideline we just made. And so you see me using my thumb here. I basically use it as like a sort of barrier so that I don't go past it. And make sure to raise up the guideline just a tad bit when going in the back, just because it's a lot more dense back there. So you need to extend the blend a little bit more back there. So now I'm coming in with my clippers 4/5 of the way open, and I'm just going a little bit below that guideline. And also, guys, as you saw, I made the I guess you could say the initial guideline with my clippers. Usually people do it with their trimmers, but I do it with my clippers because it's easier to take out the line above it. I also forgot to use my trimmers below it and the shaver below it initially, but I ended up doing it. But yeah, I would usually make the first line with my clipper all the way closed, and then I would go below that with my trimmers, and then below that with the shavers. So now I'm with the no guard, halfway open, I believe, and sometimes I bump the lever up one, and then I fade a bit above. So I'm just kind of playing with the lever a little bit, seeing what works. So yeah, I'm using the trimmer now. You just want to go just below where you use the no guard with lever all the way closed. So I believe now I am using the lever 2/5 of the way open. So now I'm going in the one guard with the lever open. And then I basically just use the 0 guard to blend that out. And then now here I'm using the half guard to blend right above it. Now I'm coming back with my 1 guard. Now I'm doing some clipper overcomb. Blending in more with the half guard. Now we're moving on to the next section, just following the same steps. Except this time I'm using the 1 guard closed to make that next guideline. I had a bit of trouble blending it out the way I did it before, so I'm switching up my method. So then I'm blending it out with the half here. Then I go back up to my 1 and I go I go all the way open and I blend up a little bit more. Now with the 1/2 guard, I believe it's halfway open here, and I'm just going up a little bit more. And then I'm gonna open it, go up a little bit more, and close it and go in between where I left off with my 1 guard and where I started with my 1.5 guard. Now I'm just gonna be doing some detail work. So now we're moving on to the next section, and I started off with the 1.5 guard this time, and so I used that right above the parietal ridge. It's about halfway open, and then I open it, go up, close it, go down, and then now we're at our 1/2 guard, and we're just going up a little bit more from where we last left off with that no guard line. And then we're just gonna open it and blend little by little. Now we're moving on to the beard. We're gonna start this off by hitting it with the trimmer, and we're basically just gonna use the same steps we did fading up, going downward. So here I'm hitting it with the 1 guard open, and then I close it up and go a bit above that, or I actually go halfway close and then a little bit above that, and then I go close a little bit above that. Then I use the 1/2 guard in between there, do the same thing, and now I'm using the no guard, and you just blend it out using the lever. So then we're just going to do the same thing on this side, on the other side. We're going to do it in a different way though. We're going to go no lever open, no lever halfway, or sorry, no guard halfway, no guard closed. Then we're going to switch to our 1/2 guard, 1/2 guard open, 1/2 guard halfway, 1/2 guard closed. Switch to the 1 guard, 1 guard open, 1 guard halfway, or sorry, just 1 guard closed, and then we'll blend that out. Now we want to use our foil shaver because we forgot to use that earlier. I should have done it earlier, but this way is totally fine to do it too. Some people prefer to do it afterwards. Then now we're just lining him up. Sorry guys, I know you can't really see. I know I promised in last video that I was going to get a better camera angle, and I did, but not sure what to do about the beard now. I'll figure it out though. Did just the middle of his eyebrows. He didn't want the rest of the eyebrow done. Usually you could just comb it and then hit the hairs that are standing out of the brow with your trimmer. And one of the most important parts of the service here, guys, take out the cape and make sure you get down to them little neck hairs. This is a very key part. A lot of people will go home and they'll see neck hairs on them and they'll be like, what, man, I just got a cut and I still got hairs on me. Like, so yeah, you definitely want to make sure to get this. This is going to separate you from being a below average barber to an above average barber. And this is the best part. I hit him with some aftershave and look at his reaction. Dude was going crazy.